Hi, this is Janice from Space to Relax, and the video you're about to watch is a replay of a live class I taught on Zoom. These classes are free of charge for everyone to join, so please invite your family and friends. They're suitable for beginners and those of you with more Qigong experience. If you're watching this video on YouTube, then please don't forget to hit the red subscribe button so that you don't miss any future videos from me. I hope you enjoy the class. Hi everyone, and welcome to today's Qigong class. And today's class was requested by one of my former Space to Relax members who unfortunately ended up with COVID-19 and was asking me if there was anything that she could do to help her lungs to recover from that, and really just a general lung strengthening treatment. So I have made previous videos on lungs and immunity, but I wanted to make another one for you today just to add into those ones that some of you may have already come across before. And if you've not done any lung Qigong with me before, then this is a perfect place to start. So the class today will be made up of two parts. The first part is more moving actions to help to move and smooth the flow of qi through the lung channel and the lung organs themselves. And the second part will be more meditative and working with the breath in order to improve our lung function and the circulation around the lung system. So you can be sitting or standing for this practice. It's entirely up to you. This first movement is to do with knowing where, firstly, the lung channel is. Now, the lungs, in terms of Chinese medicine, are responsible for the breathing and physical breathing in and out. They're also to do with immunity and our ability to fight off external diseases, pathogens like colds and flus. The lung system is also connected with the skin. So very many people who have lung issues from a Chinese medicine point of view can have asthma and eczema, as well as a skin manifestation of lung dysfunction. The other thing that the lung is connected with from an emotional point of view is the emotion of grief and sadness. So the lungs can be depleted if you lose someone who's close to you or you feel very sad for some reason. And it's associated with the season of autumn. So here in the Northern Hemisphere, where I am, we're in the perfect time to be practicing lung Qigong today. So onto the lung channel then for this first movement. So the lung channel comes from the lung and pops up here just under the collarbone. There's a little kind of hollow if you feel into that, and it runs down the arm, kind of on the towards the outside of the elbow, but on the inside of the elbow, but more towards the top, on the outside of this tendon here, and then runs down the arm and into the outside of the thumb. Okay, so that's just have a rough idea of where that is. If you want to look up the precise location of the lung channel, you can always do that online later. Okay, so that's the lung channel, and what we're going to do first is we're going to activate it and give it a little bit of a wake-up call. So what we're going to do is start with either a loose fist or just a flat palm of your hand, and we're going to just tap underneath the collarbone here where the lung channel originates. So you can try just tapping with the flat of your hand, see how that feels, or with a loose fist and see if that feels any better. And then whichever one is easier for you in this area here. And then maybe with the flat of your hand, go down the inside of the arm, just roughly tapping around where you roughly think the lung channel is, and then come up the back of the outside of the arm. So we do that 3 times, down the inside, and coming back up the outside. Smiling, look like you're having fun while you're doing this. Teach this to children, they love it. And then over to the other side now. So going down the inside and up the outside. And it doesn't have to be really hard tapping. It's just enough to wake up the channel and just to let the qi in that channel know that you're around, and you're going to be doing some lovely energizing work with it today. And then with the loose fists, just come to that top section just below the collarbones and tapping, a little bit of a Tarzan effect here, smiling, and just breathing into the lower belly, breathing in and out through the nose, keeping the mouth closed if you can. and smiling. And then relax, shaking the arms out and close the eyes for a moment, just feeling into that channel. So in your mind's eye now, tracing it down from below the collarbones on both sides, all the way down through the insides of the arms, the insides of the elbows, down towards the wrist, and then out the tip of the thumb. And already I can feel my hands tingling or buzzing. So that's a sign that the chi is flowing into the hands and the fingers. So if you have that sensation or any sensation of warmth, that's a really great sign. So now opening the eyes and bringing your hands up. If your shoulders and your elbows allow it, bringing your hands up, make loose fists, very loose, no tension. And you see that my elbows are roughly level with the shoulders. So I've got this nice kind of right angle arrangement going on here. Okay. And just with your eyes closed now, breathing in and out of the nose, the mouth is closed. Bring your mind to the back of the body. So where you feel the lungs in the back of the body. We often, when we think of our lungs, we think of the front and our rib cage at the front. But remember also the lungs are in the back of the body. You have a rib cage there as well. And what I'd like you to more kind of pay attention to is that space between the shoulder blades. So the spine running through the shoulder blades. And we're going to create a little bit more broadness, give the lungs a little bit more space in the back of the body. So opening the eyes now, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, I just want you to bring the elbows towards each other and just drop the chin very slightly. And feel as you breathe out now, with this movement, feel that broadness across the back of the body, across the shoulder blades. And breathe in. And breathe out. Feel that broadness. And just keep going like this. So the focus is on the back of the body. Even when you open your arms here, don't be thinking so much of the front. Just think of the back of the body. So the shoulder blades are moving away from each other as you exhale, and then moving towards each other as you inhale. So that space, that horizontal space across the back is lengthening as the elbows come together and shortening as the elbows come apart. Now keep going like this, and I'm just going to show you from the side what not to do. Try as much as you can not to sink, not to fold in the body and drop the head down too far. You see here how I'm folding. So you don't want any kind of fold here because that's kind of constricting in the abdominal area, with squashing all the abdominal organs. So when you come forwards, what you want to be doing is really thinking of that shoulder blade area and just broadening that, keeping the rest of the abdomen fairly upright and just dropping the head very slightly as you're coming forwards. Maybe just the chin coming towards the chest. We'll keep going like that for 3 more. Nice and slow, really feeling into the back of the body, using the breath and the mind along with this movement, those 3 elements making up your Qigong practice. Last one now. And now we're going to keep going with that movement, but you might just want to give a little shake out if you find your shoulders or your arms are getting a little bit tired. So this time we're going to bring our focus to the front of the body. So this time as we open up with the elbows move apart, we're going to feel lovely broadness across the chest and broadness across the collarbones. The heads of the arm bones here pulling back just a tiny bit, only to feel a little bit more of a stretch. So there's no need for any huge extension in the front of the body here. So arms coming up again, close your eyes for a moment and bring your mind to the front of the body across the chest area. Take a breath in and breathe out through the nose, elbows coming together. And now as you breathe in, feel that lovely broadness across the front of the chest, opening up the front of the body, heads of the arm bones pulling back. Breathing out. And think as you breathe in and the chest widens, think of the collarbones making a smiley face, really feeling broadness across the collarbones here. Breathing out. And just keep going like that. Again, taking care not to collapse in the abdominal area as you do this. Keep smiling. So each time your head pops back up, as you open out the chest, give a lovely smile. Mind, breath, and movement smoothly coordinating with each other. 3 more. And on the last one, as you open the arms out, as though you're doing a huge yawn, stretch the arms out to the side and then allowing them to come back down. And again, shaking out the arms. So we're kind of opened here in the chest, we're opened in the upper back there, so we've really created lots of space for the lungs. So now moving on to a little bit more work of kind of working through the lung channel, okay? So what I'd like you to do, again, is lift up one arm. I'm going to ask you to lift up one arm to the side, but first of all, maybe I'm going to just show you here. I want you to be focused on the heel of the hand, which is this part here. That's your only focus, not the fingers, and not the palm, but the heel of the hand, just where the wrist is joining the hand, okay? So I want you to, again, bring the hand up to more or less shoulder level, but you can be lower with this if you find you have any issues with shoulders. Keep this arm, the other arm, just loosely down by your side. Now, focus on the heel of the hand and push the heel of the hand out to the side. You can look in that direction as well. And pull the fingers back at the same time. So the fingers are moving back towards you, and the heel of the hand, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to push it away from me to get a bit closer to the wall that I can see in the distance. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Focusing on the heel of the hand, you should feel a lovely stretch down the inside of the forearm. Now, with the breathing, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, push the heel of the hand a little bit further away from you. Feel more of the stretch. Breathe in and maybe just relax a little. Breathe out. Push the heel of the hand. It's literally a millimeter of movement as you exhale. Breathing in and one more time. Push the heel of the hand away. Now with the breath, thinking of that lung channel again, originating below the collarbone and running down the inside of the arm to the wrist and the thumb. So breathing in, and then as you breathe out, see in your mind's eye, lovely energizing chi running down from the collarbone all the way down the arm. With the exhalation, pushing the heel of the hand away from you. Breathing in, breathe out. See the chi in your mind's eye flowing down the lung channel towards the thumb. One more time. Breathe in and breathing out. And now relax the arm and going to the other side. So picking up the other arm, making sure you've got that focus on the heel of the hand, fingers pulling back, that creates lovely tension and a little bit of a stretch down the inside of the forearm. So firstly, the movement, breathing in, and pushing the heel of the hand away from you as you breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. So the breath is your abdominal breath in and out through the nose. Breathe in, breathe out. Try not to lean as you do the push. Now, with the mind, thinking of that channel of chi flow from, in the lung channel, from under the collarbone here, all the way down and into the thumb. Breathe in. Breathe out from the collarbone down the arm to the thumb, pushing into the heel of the hand as you exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And relax the arm down. So you know what's coming next now is both arms, okay? So lifting up both arms, looking straight ahead for this one now. So really you're not looking at the heels of the hands, you're doing this in your mind's eye. And you may want to close your eyes for this. And what I would say to you is make sure you smile, because it's quite a strong exercise, and smiling just releases any frowning or any tension in your face as you put in any physical effort for this. So closing the eyes now, focus on the heels of the hands. So mind, breath, and that little movement of a push into the heels of the hands as you exhale, all coordinating together. Breathing in. Breathe out, down through the lung channel, into the heels of the hands as you move them away from you. Breathe in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And relax. And just still with the eyes closed now, allow the hands just to be loosely hanging by your sides and observe any sensations you feel in the hands, the arms, and in the chest or the upper back area. And now gently opening your eyes. So that's a simple series of movements in order to bring more qi, or to encourage the flow of qi in the lung area, both back and front of the body, but also in the lung channels themselves. And so for any of you who find that you have any difficulties with breathing, if you ever feel a little bit tired, this is a really energizing chest opening exercise. And by bringing more qi into the area, what this will do is help to strengthen the lung system. So remembering giving more strength to the immune system as well, which is connected with that, helping to open up the chest, helping to clear any phlegm or mucus from the chest, the throat, the nose area, because they're all connected with the lung as well. So for the next part of this exercise, you can now, if you have been standing, you can have a seat, and we'll do a little bit of meditation around the lung next. I'm just going to grab a chair. Make sure you're sitting comfortably and you've got your feet parallel with your knees hip width distance apart. So you can actually, if you look down at your feet, you can draw a line from your feet all the way up through your knees, through your hips, almost like parallel train tracks. And now you can sit either with your hands face down, face up, or with one hand on top of the other on your lower abdomen. I'm going to show you, or talk you through a meditation now, which will last around 5 to 10 minutes. And it's based around bringing more qi, more energy into the lung system of the body. And first of all, we're going to actually expel anything in the lungs that we don't want by using one of the 6 healing sounds. Now, the 6 healing sounds is a very well-known Qigong exercise, and we're going to use the sound that's associated with the lung. Now, if you've done this before with another teacher, you will know that that sound is like the sound for a snake. But my teacher in China also taught me a second sound for the lung, and that is xia, xia. So what we're going to do is we're going to work with both sounds. You just need to follow my voice and I'll talk you through. We'll start by using these sounds to get rid of what's called any waste qi in the lung system. And the frequency of these sounds is connected with the lung system, and it will help to almost, that kind of vibration will help to vibrate any waste qi from the lung system before we move on to a little bit more visualization. So make sure your hands are in whichever comfortable position you've decided. So I'm going to work with one hand on top of the other, and I'm going to close my eyes And I'd like you all to do the same and close your mouth with the tongue resting against the roof of the mouth and the tip of the tongue resting against the back of the upper teeth. Check that there's length in the back of your neck by tucking the chin back slightly towards your throat and dropping your shoulders. Bring a smile to the corners of your mouth. And beginning the practice today with just 3 abdominal breaths. So breathing in through the nose, feel the belly expand as though you're blowing up an imaginary balloon, and then breathing out, feeling the belly shrink. And twice more. And now in your mind's eye, I want you to see your lungs sitting in your rib cage, being protected by a rib cage, both back and front. And also don't forget that the top of our lungs extends up, almost up to the collarbones. So we often kind of forget that part, but see the top of your lungs as well, sitting under the collarbones. So visualize the whole of the lungs, right and left, back and front. So we're going to start by using S as the first of the healing sounds, connected with helping us rid any waste chi from the lung system. So this is one of the few times that we actually use the mouth to exhale in Qigong, and we're exhaling and making the sound at the same time. So in your mind's eye, all you're doing is thinking of waste chi leaving the lungs as you use this sound to exhale. And we're going to start with the S sound for 6 times, for 6 breaths. And then we're going to move on to the Xia sound. So Xia is the second one. And then I'm going to ask you to choose your favorite one, the one that feels most comfortable to you, or the one that you feel is doing you the most good. And we'll work with 6 breaths of the sound of your choice. So just sitting and breathing now. Taking a breath in and making this sound as you exhale. And then moving on to the Xia sound. Xia. 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 And now whichever of those 2 sounds you preferred, 6 breaths. And when you've finished, coming back to your abdominal breathing, breathing in, feel the belly expand. And breathing out, feeling the belly shrink. And observing how your breathing is now. Does it feel any clearer and more energized? Did you feel using those sounds any more difficult with the breath or a little bit easier? Now, staying with the abdominal breathing, keeping the eyes closed, just following my voice now. Bringing the awareness to the whole of the lungs, bit by bit. So starting now by bringing your mind to the base of the lungs, the very bottom of your lungs. The bottom of the lungs, but front, back, and sides of the base of the lung. And now moving up through into the middle of the lung area. Front and back, and both sides. In your mind's eye, moving up to the top of the lungs, sitting underneath the collarbones, front and back, and both sides. In your mind's eye, now think of the whole of the surface of the lungs, the part of the lungs that's closest to your skin surface, in the front of the chest, the sides of the body, in the back of the body. So see the surface of your lungs in your mind's eye. And now in your mind's eye, go deeper into the lungs. See the center of the lungs, the very deepest part. In the very center of your trunk, both right and left. So having this good picture of your lungs now, think of with each breath in, you're taking in clean, fresh, energizing chi. And you're filling up the lungs from the bottom, slowly, slowly, like you're pouring water from a jug into a glass. And the glass is slowly filling up. So with each in-breath, adding a little more water, smoothly pouring chi into the lungs from the bottom, working slowly, slowly up, seeing the lungs filling through the middle part of the lungs, front and back, filling even further to the top of the lungs, front and back. And in your mind's eye, seeing the whole of the lungs, front and back, left and right, being filled with lovely, clean, energizing chi. And that chi being very open and free-flowing around the lungs, allowing them to do their job of drawing in oxygen, circulating the blood, helping to clear any phlegm or fluid from the lung area, and giving so much more energy to your body to revitalize and enliven the whole of the body. Now bring your mind back to the lower abdomen. Breathing in, feel the belly expand. Breathing out, feeling the belly shrink. And to finish our practice, circling by giving your belly a little rub, firstly in one direction and then in the other, keeping the eyes closed, not forgetting to smile. And now bringing the palms together in front of your face, in front of your body, rubbing them until they get really, really hot. Place one palm each over the eyes, fingers facing up towards the ceiling. Feel the heat from the palms of your hands traveling through your eyes, through the back of the eyes to nourish the mind. And then giving the face a little rub as you slowly open the eyes to bring yourself back into the room. So I hope you enjoyed that little meditation to energize and enliven the lungs. Thanks so much for coming to the class today, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that lesson. And if you have any questions, you can email me, janice@spacetorelax.com. If you have any special requests for lesson topics as well, please do get in touch and let me know. You can also comment in our Facebook group, which is Space to Relax Free Group. And if you want to donate as a thank you for these classes, you don't have to, the classes are free, but if you'd like to, then 50% of the proceeds go towards the nurses in the ICU in my local hospital. The other 50% goes towards the upkeep of this website. So I'll put the donation link next to this video when I send out the replay. And if you want to invite your family and friends to join, you can see that these classes are suitable for beginners. So please do share the link to join the online class. I'd love for more people to join us. That would be great. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.
If you enjoyed this Qigong lesson, then there are 4 things you can do right now. The first thing is to head over to my website, which is spacetorelax.com, and there you'll see that you can join up for a free 3-part video series. The second thing you can do is click the link next to this video to sign up for the live Qigong classes, as I teach these once a week. The third thing you can do is go over to Facebook if you're on Facebook and look for Space to Relax free Qigong group. That's my free group where you can post any questions, and please do join the group. And the fourth thing is, if you're watching this video on YouTube, then please hit the red subscribe button so that you don't miss any future videos from me. I really hope you enjoyed this lesson and look forward to seeing you in the next video.